And that's when I said a joke.
Wow, you really didn't think that one through, did you?
Sometimes I say jokes, and sometimes I just say I fucked my cat.
Not start it over. No.
Not good enough.
I'm not in the proper mindset to do podcasts. Hold on.
What do you need?
Okay, I'm ready.
Like drugs?
No.
I'm like, these comments on that Omega Labyrinth Z article are funny. We'll get to those though.
Oh. Oh, it's gonna be good. My anime tits.
Oh no, it's a little more conjecture-y than that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, my favorite.
No, not my favorite.
Conjecture.
Shut up, Akane.
I got some raspberry pie.
Freaking quid. What was it? Quid pro quo bird reviews.
That's me, Ricky Wings of Quid Pro Quo Bird Reviews.
Ricky Wings. Ricky Wings. How did you come up with that again?
I don't know. It was like the project was like make a website with Wix. So I was like, okay, what's the dumbest idea I could do? I'm gonna review pictures of birds. Hold on, I think the website is still up actually.
Oh my goodness. Yay!
Pro bird reviews. Let's see. It's a little hard to find these Wix domains.
Shows up on Google.
It's not. Hold on. I think it might be a link in the actual video I did.
Maybe.
Creator Studio. It didn't that long ago upload that. Stream. Oh, there it is. No, there's no link there. It just says you might be asking why I made this. So am I. Okay, Wix. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna find this. Wix. God damn it, that's a long ass domain. Okay. Damn it! Stop it. Yeah, they keep adding more letters onto things. Right. Wix.com/quid pro quo bird reviews.com. Okay, what can I search? Does Wix have a search option? Let's see. God damn it. More ads. Explore. Let's try the Explore tab. I know it still exists. I was just there a few months ago.
Only a few months ago.
Well, if Wix, the service, still exists, I'm sure.
We'll find it.
We have the technology.
We do. It's not terribly reliable technology, but we have it.
Wix sites.
It's the best we can do on such short notice.
Quid pro quo bird reviews.
E.
Games.com. Because I'm forgetting the exact URL here.
We'll find it. We'll find it one of these days. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. Could be next week.
Well, I'll try signing in.
Don't know.
Sign in with Google. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm lazy. Okay, yeah, here's my dash. Oh, yep. It's there.
Yay!
Okay, I got it.
Quick, post it in the chat. Yeah! Let's take a look at this awful shit. Oh, yes, that is some aesthetic.
That is quite the aesthetic.
Speak, mortal. At some point, feathers stop being feathers and then just become colors, man. Richard Young Money Wingman. Well, I'm just going to put that in my favorites and just scroll through this beautiful travesty later. Not even a real rhino. This ain't even a bird. Loops of a jam, but it wouldn't actually make jam out of them. You should do more updates.
I'm proud of this design, though. This is quite the aesthetic.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't realize the water on the header was animated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, that's actually really cool.
I even put the grid effect over it.
This is like an unnecessarily good looking, just unnecessarily good looking website.
I better got a good grade on this. I forget exactly. But...
Yo, it's Ricky Wings. You may know me as the #1 international bird photo review satirist this side of the internationalia. I was born in a nondescript log cabin in the unspecified woods to a mother with a gambling problem and a father with a dentist problem, that problem being he was a dentist. Only sadistic freaks become dentists. That's what my grandpa always told me. Wish I could have known him. He died in a tragic unicycling accident. Quote unquote. Picture it. An artist's interpretation of me. Can confirm. That is not a fucking thing what you look like, too. birdbrain.co.au 123 easy as ABC lane, the cupboard under the stairs, QL 38999. Copyright 1532 by Richard Young Money Wingman. The Galleria. Leaf prints to drop out. Bam photo. Elusive species. What's that over there? Voted for Reagan, probably. You really should update. This is hilarious. I will actually post it on Twitter as if I know Ricky Wings personally. Hey, my buddy Ricky Wings, whom you've never heard of until this very moment.
I love this site. It looks like SDR2's menu became a website.
Fuck, it does. It really does. Just with less, like, 8-bit pixel art.
Yeah. I'm just finishing this Raspberry Pi. Oh, that was a sweet spot.
Oh, fuck. What was that, like, tropical music from DR2 called?
There was a bunch of it. You mean the one I really like?
Yeah, that one.
Trapped by the Ocean Scent?
No, not that one, not that one. No, that's ominous. That's not tropical.
Yeah, okay. Koreshia? I don't know.
No. Like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one. I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like really pleasant and shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we're thinking of the same thing. That's what that is.
It was used in for the after credits thing in our final episode of DR1.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
Too bored to actually go and find out.
Yeah, that sounds like work.
Like the only reason I bring that up is like, you know what you could do, if Wix allows you to, is like put that as like a background track on that website.
I might be able to. I don't know. I haven't used Wix since this assignment.
It was like what, 8 months ago?
You can see right there. Last update was March 24th, 2016.
Fuck. Oh god. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all in March of 2016.
Shit, we have been at this a long time.
Oh yeah.
Podcast, and it just gets away from you.
I suppose that is true. Those are true words you just spoke there.
I'm Missile Rick. Someone eradicate our entire species.
I'll be right back. Use the bathroom.
Okay. Don't forget to eradicate the entire species.
Okay. I'm sure he wants fries.
We ain't even fucking started yet. We ain't fucking started yet. Delicious green apple Gatorade. Grapple. Call it grapple like I'm grappling with my existential crisis. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good horror. That's good existential dread.
I'm back.
Hey, I was just being a moron while you were gone.
Okay. Well, that's kind of your default state of being, so no need for an update on that front.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get started.
Yay!
Okay. Is the computer too loud?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Hello there, and welcome to the Baka Gaijin show. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Secret, and with me, as always, is my inertia is not a property of matter co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
Hi guys. This has been like a month. What?
It's been some time. It's been some time. Time is an illusion, but if you're under that illusion, then you've illusioned that it has been some illusions.
Start it over.
Yeah, I got distracted because Spotify played an ad right as I was saying that. Nothing distracts you more than no matter what lyrics are going on, it's low enough so that it doesn't distract me. But whenever an ad comes on, it's like, "Hello, have you ever heard about quick auto zone auto car repair things?" I'm like, no. Never. Not the 50.
Nor do I care.
Yep.
Did you know you can get 3 months of Spotify Premium for 99 cents? Only 99 cents is
No, I didn't know you could only get 3 months of Spotify Premium for 99 cents and 99 cents.
Well, did you have any other you can bundle it with Hulu Plus for $5 a month?
Man, that's a good deal.
So
no, seriously, that student Hulu Spotify bundle is actually a pretty good deal. It's like Hulu Plus and Spotify Premium for like $5 a month or something.
Ooh.
You got to prove you're a student.
Hulu Plus is really useful if you want to watch Sailor Moon. yeah, let's go with that.
It's really useful if you want to watch American cartoons, I guess.
Oh yeah, Disney XD shit, like Disney Channel.
A lot of Cartoon Network stuff is on there too.
Significantly more than there used to be.
Yeah. Remember that like 2 weeks where there was a bunch of Cartoon Network stuff on Netflix, and they took it off.
Oh my god, yeah. Like one time they had like the first 3 seasons of K&D, then they took it down, and then they added the second half of K&D, and it's like, well, what the fuck, guys?
It's a little bit of like crackliness. I wonder if that's you or me. Whatever. Anyway, welcome to the Baka Gaijin show. This is a show where we talk about otaku things and other things sometimes, as well as those things.
Yay!
Yep. So, Kevin, this is the part of the show we discuss what we've been up to lately. I've been up to a lot lately, actually. But I'm gonna let you start while I formulate my thoughts.
Goodness. Well, for me, most recently, I managed to save up some money this month to do the Steam to engage in the Steam summer sale.
You're fattening Gabe Newell's wallet. What did you buy?
But Clannad Tomeo After, which is like a Clannad spinoff, based on Tomeo's route.
Yes.
Bought those, Sonic Adventure since it was like $1.
Yep.
And Princess Maker 2.
Oh, the sequel to Princess Maker 0.
Princess Maker 1, which I also have.
What about Princess Maker 0? Is that integral to the Princess Maker storyline?
There is not a Princess Maker 0.
Not yet, there isn't.
Get on it, Gainax.
Gainax?
Yeah, Gainax makes the Princess Maker games.
They make games?
Yes.
Welcome to Gainax. We make games, apparently.
Welcome to Sonic Team. We make games, I think.
I didn't even know Gainax, as in Gainax, was making anything these days.
Well, Princess Maker is like a really old series. That's
Right.
from like the late 80s, early 90s. So.
Okay. They're going to revive it with 0. It's going to be a thing. Princess Maker Resurrection.
Princess Maker, The Return.
Princess Maker, would you like fries with that? Now available in ketchup version and mustard version.
Ah, yes. Multiple versions for multiple princess daughter things.
Yeah, there's some exclusive princesses in each version you have to trade between your friends.
It's not. God, how would you even implement that into Princess Maker? Anyway.
I don't know. Wi-Fi, Kevin?
That's not what I meant. Aside from that...
You just pick up your whole computer and bring it to someone else's place and have a link cable?
A LAN cable, thank you.
Whatever. A USB to USB?
No, you just get one Ethernet cable and just hook it between the two of them.
You actually got to send the princesses via Dropbox.
Princess Box. Fucking Dropbox. Aside from that, waiting for something I ordered at the beginning of the month. It's like I wanted to get out of the way while I still, had the chance to do so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what?
Get what out of the way?
Buying the Nanohow Reflection Blu-ray.
Okay.
I wanted to get that out of the way as soon as possible because it's like I have to focus on like saving up money for other stuff over the next few months. And
Like what? What's broken?
no, I'm like moving, or that at least that's the plan.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like I'm trying to get the most expensive stuff out of the way as soon as possible so I can just focus on stockpiling cash.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like,
I get you. I just found this weird bulky green camera thing in front of me, so I'm just playing with that.
that's all right.
What the fuck this thing is?
Yeah.
It's called the Instax Mini 8.
Not to mention that next month, with the fact that we're running the AC, I'm going to have to foot at least part of the electricity bill because this motherfucking piece of crap runs up the electricity bill like crazy.
Speaking of AC units,
Oh, please tell your story.
right? So, as I've complained about on the channel before, although most of it hasn't been posted yet because a lot of that was during our SDR2 playthrough, where I was constantly bitching about how hot it was. My room has not had centralized air conditioning for I think like 8 years now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't go up there for some reason. So this year has actually been the first year I just got tired of dealing with it, and I was like I would like a window AC unit. So my mom ordered one, and it came here last week on Tuesday, and I actually I just didn't feel like putting it up because it was actually it was funny because it was actually really hot after she ordered it, but before it got here, and then as soon as it got here, it cooled down. So I didn't need it. I didn't feel like setting it up, so it just sat in my room for like a week. But there's a heat wave coming this weekend, so I decided to set it up now, which I did. I set up all the various pieces and took out my bug screen and my other fan, put it in there, only to discover that while the condenser and the actual cooling stuff works fine, the fan does not work in there.
Oh, fuck.
So like all the cool air in the world doesn't matter if it's not being blown into my room. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna send it back under warranty if we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of dud. So that sucks.
That does suck really bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually made mom go out and get an extension cord for all my other shit because like AC units need like grounded wall sockets for some reason, some sort of safety hazard.
Yeah. My good sir, I hope you're able to get an AC unit in time and not die from the heat.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know how fast we'll get another one. Anyway, so it needs like a grounded socket. There's one right under my window. Only one of the outlets actually works. Only one of like the outlet things actually works, though. The other one is unreliable. So I plugged in. I had to unplug that power strip and then get an extension cord to plug it into another outlet across the room, just so I could plug in this AC unit there, and it didn't work. So I guess I just have another extension cord for no reason. No, not for no reason. I'm sure I'll need it eventually. But yeah, so that sucked. Yeah, and then
sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, and then Dad was in there checking it out, so he got to see how fucking dusty my room is and how much I have not cleaned that corner in particular.
Aside from that, honestly, I decided once I got like 4 or 5 weeks behind on Kitaro, it's like I'll drop it for now and pick it up later. Yeah, probably. I like the show. It's just it's one of those shows where it's like occasionally there's an episode that focuses on one particular character I can't stand, and it's like I like most of the cast of Kitaro, except for Nezumi Otoko, or Ratman, as Crunchyroll calls him.
Yeah.
it's like, okay, he's a greedy son of a bitch and an asshole.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fascinating.
No, it's not. That's the problem.
They seem to think so.
That's the problem. His episodes are really, really boring. There's just been like a number of. There's like one Nezumi Otsuka episode I'm like perpetually stuck in the middle of. It's like, I don't want to finish this. I don't want to finish this. I don't want to finish this. It's like, fuck you, Nezumi Otsuka. You've drained my interest in the show you're a part of. Fuck you. Maybe I'll come back later when more episodes with Nekomusume and Mana have aired.
I love TV transcription. A filthy money-grubbing rat yokai. He's Kataro's oldest friend, for lack of better term.
Yeah, friend. No one really likes him.
I don't know. The studio seems to. No, I get you. I don't know what it is about these yokai shows. They always seem to have like weird amounts of focus on stuff.
I don't know. Maybe these sorts of things are considered more amusing or humorous in Japan than they are in America.
I guess. I don't know. I remember watching, being one of the 6 people who was watching Kyokai no Rine, and every now and again there'd be an episode on somebody I didn't like. Not often, no. It's just sometimes the focus is weird or something. And then there's there's Nira, which focuses on way too many people, and it just got kind of a mess.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a large cast, learn how to prioritize.
Yeah.
Learn how to prioritize and don't just slam as many characters into a plot line as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need a 30-character pile-up for every story arc, please. Just keep it simple. I'm watching that. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card ended.
With a very satisfying and closed-ended conclusion, I'm told.
Like hell. The thing is, I understand why they did it. Simply put, they ran out of material to adapt.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just such a completely unsatisfying non-ending. It just kind of stops. You get like some really, really big plot revelations, and further questions are brought up regarding certain characters and their abilities, and then the show just ends with your typical motor mouth Kero-chan Nyomakase segment. And that's it. 22 episodes. Gone.
Yep. They came and they went.
The problem is Cardcaptor Sakura is a monthly series, and it took 2 years, like 2.5 years for the manga to get to this point.
Yep.
So it's either wait another 2.5 years for possibly another season, or read the manga. And honestly, at this point, it's like, fuck, I'm too invested to wait that long. Might as well read the manga.
You might as well, you lazy bitch ass person.
I know, right?
All right.
A couple seasons ago, there was a show that aired called Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san.
Yeah, that one.
And
it's funny, I didn't know what the fuck you're talking about until you said Takagi-san. I'm like, yep, that's the one.
Yeah, little teasing master Takagi-san.
Yeah.
And I actually picked up the manga spin-off, which is about which takes place like 10 years after the main story, where Takagi and Nishikata are married with a kid, and it is the most adorable, precious, and hilarious thing I've ever read. I love it. Okay. It is quite possibly better than the main series.
Whoa. I cannot believe my ears. How could you say that about whatever show this was?
Well, here's the thing. Like, Takagi and Nishikata are, like, they have great chemistry to begin with.
I'd assume so.
The thing is, you add in their daughter, Chi, who is, like, sort of this mash between the two of them. She looks like Takagi, can get one over on her dad, but can't get one over on her mom. And her dad is constantly trying to get on her good side, and is at the same time trying to keep from getting teased by his wife. So there's actually a lot more added to the entire character dynamic just by adding their daughter to the mix.
Right.
And it's really, really fun. Like, I really love it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 anime was announced. Hallelujah.
It was announced.
Hopefully we'll be getting more info on it over the next couple of months. It's apparently going to air in October, so I only have to wait a single season to watch this shit.
Yeah. What color is the sky going to be this time?
Oh yeah, Part 4 had like a piss yellow sky, didn't it?
Yeah, which I never found. I kept seeing screenshots, and I never really consciously recognized that as weird until that one Funke color theory video. And he's like, and then the piss yellow sky. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is a thing, huh?
Honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, Part 4 develops such a unique visual language for itself that the sky just kind of seems natural, weirdly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you ever been outside after like a huge lightning storm or during one, where the sky does actually turn yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, especially because it's like everything you can see pretty clearly, but everything's really dark, even though the sky is so bright.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's a nice thing.
But yeah, I'm hoping Part 5 is. I'm really looking forward to Part 5. I actually haven't read Part 5 in the manga yet, so the main reason why is because it's one of those parts of the manga that has like, you have your good translations and you have your horrifically shit translations, and trying to figure out which version you're reading is a nightmare.
Yeah. Let me just check out the latest Hunter chapter. Oh no, it's Manga-scan! So many words, yet they have no meaning.
Just read it in Weekly Shonen Jump, people. Just read it in Weekly Shonen Jump. It costs like, what, $20 for a year?
It costs nothing if you know where to look.
I still need to get back to Digimon Tamers. Kind of just forgot about that one. It's on my hard drive. Hard drive.
I never even downloaded it.
I got like 7 episodes in, and then it's like, I'm gonna stall on this one.
Yeah, well, because I think we decided to do something else before that.
Yeah, we did, and
then we decided to do something else soon. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, when we're gonna do like Hyokai and not Hyokai, Hyoka and Nagino Asukata, I think.
Nagino Asukata. Damn it! I keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do like a double feature of those.
Double feature.
That wasn't even funny. That's just an accurate statement.
I just find it amusing that you called it a double feature. It's like today on the. It's like today on the bill. It's like
today at your local drive-in theater, we've got some sizzlers.
Yeah,
and some Twizzlers at the concession stand.
Let's see. Later this month, like I'm talking like the last week of this month.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
You mean this week?
Okay, I mean like next month. That's what I meant. Last week of July. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Last week of July and the first week of August, I'm going to be going out to the theater again to watch more anime.
How so?
A theater that's like... Okay, so 2 years ago, I went to a theater in Temecula to watch the first Digimon Adventure Tri movie.
Which sounds like a vampire, but go on.
I am Temecula!
I am Count Temecula!
But yeah, I went to... And, like, I've been trying to go to... Like, I've been trying desperately to find theaters that are easier to get to, but, like, most of the theaters I've been able to find are, like, 2 or 3 hours away.
Yeah.
I had to do like a friggin' 2.5, 3 hour bus ride just to go see Nanoha back in February.
Yeah.
Which I've gone on about before.
It's true. He has.
And the closest place that's showing Sailor Moon, specifically, they're going to be showing all 3 of the 90s movies over the course of like 2 weeks. Oh crap! And the closest theater is the one in Temecula that I saw Digimon at. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go all the way to Temecula. All right, how far away is it by bus? An hour? I've been wasting time this entire time going to other cities, and I could have just taken an hour-long bus one direction to Temecula this whole time.
Yep.
I feel like a dumbass. So yeah, Temecula it is.
What are you gonna watch again?
The Sailor Moon movies.
Okay.
All 3 of them.
Triple feature.
Well, it's like a double feature for the first week, where they show Sailor Moon R and Sailor Moon S.
Okay.
And then the following week they show Sailor Moon Supers with the theatrical short that goes before that movie.
Okay. Is Sailor Moon R about Pegasus's apprentices coming back for revenge?
What?
Okay. Is it about hoverboards?
No. I get what. Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused because there actually is a Pegasus character in Sailor Moon Supers, so I'm like, what?
No, I meant Yu-Gi-Oh! R.
Yu-Gi-Oh! R, yeah. Didn't you say that was like an incredibly stupid manga?
It is pretty stupid.
And yet Viz is like, read the real sequel to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. The true sequel. Read the untold story.
We got forced this manga in a license package, and we have to sell it to you like it's good.
Hey, it's like what, 2 or 3 volumes? At least it's done quick.
It's the best unnecessary sequel since Mare Omega.
Or Saint Seiya Omega.
Or Lavueki Plus.
Yeah,
everyone forgot that existed. It's the one where he goes to the underworld, and he can't use his old powers because everyone's out of the contest, so he has to use a magic mop. I'm not making this up.
What?
Yep.
A mop?
Yeah, it's like some sort of magic mop or something. Hold on.
That's fucking stupid. No. You don't need to explain it. No.
Lavueki Plus.
Oh, no, he's doing it anyway. Lord help us.
Same author, by the way. I read. I caught up on all of Psyche.
That thing that's Psycho Freak's been going crazy about.
Yeah, I tackled that. It's all right.
Isn't he like acquaintances with the author on Twitter or something?
It wouldn't surprise me. He gets around.
Interestingly.
Yeah, you wouldn't suspect it, but
Psycho Freak, he's just that guy.
Yeah, he's contradictorily got. That's not the word I want to use.
Paradoxically.
Yeah, he's paradoxically got no connections and all of the connections.
Incredible. Simply marvelous.
Yep. Let's see.
It's like, imagine you're just sitting back. It's like, man, I wish I knew Sylvester Stallone, and then fucking Psycho Freak comes in. Oh, have I got a deal for you?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Sylvester Stallone. It's just think of an A-list actor. Stallone. Okay.
You really think Stallone's an A-list actor these days?
Huh?
Yes. Yeah, I can't find a good description.
Yeah, that's all that I've been up to. What have you been up to, my man?
Okay. So I've been up to a lot of things. Recently I caught up on all of the Marvel movies I hadn't seen, from Winter Soldier to Thor Ragnarok. I stopped watching them a little bit before. I stopped watching them with Thor: The Dark World, not because it was just so bad I just couldn't take another Marvel movie. It wasn't that. It's all right. It's just that I just fell off the train, I guess, and so I went to my library and picked up all these fucking movies, and I watched those over the course of like a week.
Like mostly Blu-rays and like 2 DVDs.
Yeah, it was like 3 DVDs.
At the very least,
I think I had to watch Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, and Thor Ragnarok on DVD. Everything else is Blu-ray.
At the very least, like Disney and Marvel DVDs look good.
Yeah, they do put effort into that.
You wouldn't think it would be hard to make a DVD look good. You'd be wrong.
Yeah. you need Disney dollars for that.
Disney dollars, or I don't know, fucking Justin Savakis.
Yeah, I guess he's some kind of professional or something.
Working that voodoo magic, I guess. I don't know.
Some along those lines.
Discotheque likes him.
I think Discotheque takes anyone they can get.
As long as they're good.
I'm not in the mood for this Funky Beach House song.
Funky Beach House.
Yeah, Funky Beach House by Damocles.
Anything else you've been up to?
Right. So I've also been on a weird. I've been putting emulators on my laptop recently. So I have a DS and 3DS emulator on there. So I've been playing some poker mains, and I'm playing through Pokemon Black on a DS emulator, and then at the moment just Gunvolt on a 3DS emulator, which 3DS emulation has come a long way since I last looked into it like forever ago.
Yeah, like what was it, like 2.5 years ago was just absolute shit for basically everything.
Yeah,
and now it's actually pretty useful.
Yeah, now it actually works and does things.
Honestly, my personal opinion is of like emulation for handhelds and honestly large consoles and shit is that once a console starts reaching the end of its lifespan, or a console is like long past its lifespan, at some point, like, unless the games are like brand new and are still being sold in stores and you're still being able to like directly give money to the developers and whatever by buying it, like, emulation's kind of fair game.
Okay, my perspective is fuck you, I do what I want. It's a little less verbose, but it gets the job done.
And you know what? Sometimes some people just don't have the money or the ability or whatever to get.
Yeah,
like,
dude, life is short. What am I gonna do? Not enjoy it? Are you dumb?
I mean, to be fair, like a new 3D, like a new 2DS XL is like what?
Now, are we talking about the new 2DS XL, or are we talking about just a 2DS XL?
No, there is no normal 2DS XL.
Okay, I hate the XL models anyway.
I don't know why. They're fine.
Because there's fucking. You think I want that 240p bullshit blown up? What are you, stupid?
It looks fine because it's mapped pixel.
But it could look better if it was smaller.
It looks fine.
It looks worse.
Not really.
Objectively. Can't argue with the math. I've tried.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You can't argue with math. It controls the universe.
Okay. If you're talking to a Christian here.
Well, you don't think God knows math?
No.
Think God's sitting there in pre-calc going like, oh God, oh me, what is this?
Oh me.
I'm just saying, I think God's taken some calculus in his day.
Okay.
Most likely.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is, everything is a lie, and 3ds XL sucks. Moving on.
Anything else?
Yeah, the music in Gunvolt's really good. I think I played like 3 stages, including the intro. I think the only thing that annoys me is that you gotta use the touchscreen for like the big SP moves or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the one flaw.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise I'm having a good time. I haven't done it in a few days though. Because a big Overwatch update just came out, so I'm depending on how late we go with this, I'll probably drag the console down here and play a bit.
That'd be fun. I'd be up to that.
All right. Nah, okay. I was gonna say something, but I decided not to.
Which anime have you been watching?
Out of non-seasonally, not a whole lot at the moment. Seasonally, Vrains, Hero Academia, Persona 5A, Darle Fra, and Steins Gate Zero. That's about it, actually. Oh, and no, I actually just ended. Shokugeki no Soma just ended.
Yeah, it did. Honest, fuck. It's so weird. Why did they have to stop right in the middle of the Team Shokugeki?
I don't know. Why do they have to constantly do that? Every time they do this, they start a new arc and then they just stop in the middle of it.
It's really irritating. It's just couldn't you have just paced out the Totsuki train arc a little bit further so that you didn't have to do this shit again?
I don't know. I don't know. They must have like the worst luck when it comes to just like the way it's structured.
Guess. I don't know. I felt some aspects of I felt like some aspects of the Totsuki train arc were a bit rushed, and having a little bit more time to pad things out would have actually benefited.
That might have required them to actually do storyboarding though, and not just pan shots. So probably wouldn't have flown.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely true because God, I could not help but the lazy storyboarding in Shokugeki no Soma has gotten really, really noticeable.
I'm convinced they don't actually storyboard it. I think they just look at the manga and like, yep, just draw that. Just draw that and pan a little and zoom.
It got a little bit better during the last like 2 episodes, but that's about it.
Yeah. Which it's so did they like change directors on? Because I remember like season 1 didn't really do that as much, but ever since then they've been.
No, I think it's got the same director. I got to look up I should look up the staff on that sometime.
Yeah.
Probably after the podcast or something.
Yeah, because I remember season 1 was a little bit more creative when it came to this stuff.
Yeah, it still had very limited animation, but it utilized it much better.
Yeah.
And didn't just have like, okay, pan left, pan right.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like this split core, yearly approach that Shonen Jump seems to take with its properties now, or at least everything that's not Black Clover, because we got to have more of that in our lives. But I don't know. But sometimes you give it to a staff that puts their all into it, like Hero Academia, and sometimes you give it to whoever the hell is directing Shokugeki no Soma right now. And it's just like, just draw it in color and pan the camera. These dumb kids never know the difference.
Yeah, Hero Aka also got to a pretty major moment in the story over the last couple of weeks, and everyone went crazy over. Everyone went crazy over All Might versus All for One.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to deny, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, no shit. Mm-hmm. But I actually prefer the episode that came directly after it, mostly because it's a very character-focused episode, and it's just very fascinating watching. It was just... It was kind of moving watching All Might plead with Deku's mother to
Yeah.
let him attend, to keep letting him attend UA.
Yeah.
I just really loved that scene entirely, just
I
the
don't know.
whole thing.
I don't know. Those 2 episodes are kind of like two halves of the same chocolate vanilla pudding cup. you got your chocolate,
Yeah,
and you got the
thing
other
is,
thing.
yeah, the thing is, episode 50 is really kind of meaningless if you don't have episode 49 as context, but just in case, but like,
Yeah.
just
Well,
in
I mean, like
terms-
episode 49 is also kind of meaningless if you don't have the previous 48 episodes as context. So that's kind of how the series works. Yeah.
But just in terms of like my own personal thoughts and feelings on the show, like episode 50 is like my favorite episode of the show so far.
All right. My favorite episode is the one where Minato throws grapes everywhere. That's the best one.
Yes.
Why is he not playable yet? Bamco Nandai, whatever the fuck. Get on that. I'm a detective. I deduced this with my brain when I saw the character select screen. I'm like, there's 3 unannounced characters. Our boy Grape Coon's got to get in there.
Honestly, he would make for a really interesting. You would make for a really interesting fighter in an arena fighter.
Yeah, I think that's I said I think and I hope the 3 unrevealed ones are Minato, Ashido, and like Zero, I guess.
Ashido. No.
I think all 3 of them have pretty unique gameplay style. Could have very unique gameplay styles.
Yeah.
I think my one thing I hope with that game is that I hope there's a way to turn off the destructible effects, because there's so many, especially with some stages, there's so many destructible effects.
It's pretty cluttered.
Yeah. Especially like the classroom stage where there's like 50 billion fucking chairs being thrown around everywhere. It's like, oh my god, I'm just trying to see what I'm doing.
Just, oh god, chairs.
Like, there's a reason the Naruto games always take place in like empty spaces inside of more cluttered areas, because they want you to actually see what you're doing. Here it feels like they're going a little overboard with the destructible effects. Like, yeah, you could blow up all the chairs. I'm like, yeah, it's fun the first time I do it.
I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fun the first time I do it until my opponent fucking ganks me from behind because I was too busy looking at all the chair effects.
Effects.
Yeah. There's a whole division at Namco Bandai for chair-related destruction effects.
Bam.
I have to assume after seeing that stage anyway. Also, let's not forget that Uraraka kicked All Might's ass in that promo video. That's the best thing ever.
Uraraka is the real symbol of peace, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Bandai Namco confirmed.
We know the ending. It has been foretold.
Yep. So yeah, we started a bit late because I wanted to watch some animu, and then like the Wi-Fi was so fucking shit I couldn't watch anything. So I was like, okay, that sucks. I'll just waste my data watching Mystic Umbreon tell me what the best Jojo team is. Dude,
it's not funny. It's terrible.
Dude, Pokemon YouTube is so weird because like every freaking video is a collaboration. It's weird. I don't know if you've ever watched Mystic Umbreon, but like every other one of his videos is a collab with some other fucking PokeTuber, and I've never seen another internet community like that.
Pokemon is all about togetherness and friendship and beating the shit out of your pets.
And like, commenting, and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, donate to my Patreon. You know, the works. Hit the bell icon, and then go to the settings of the bell icon and hit always, because YouTube doesn't want you to know when videos are up now.
I think Gigak actually made a tweet earlier saying that over half of his views in the last year or so have been from people who aren't subscribed to him. Yeah. Which is just kind of showcases how much insane. It just kind of showcases how much YouTubers are just slaves to the algorithm.
Yeah, I can't even tell if that's even a net positive in some cases. But even if it is, it's probably just not something you want.
Yeah.
It helps to build an audience that you know and that know you and when you do things. So yeah.
Dude, it's almost like if people subscribe to a YouTuber, they want to know what the YouTuber is doing.
Almost. You know, I mean, that sounds like a huge gap of logic, but I mean, it might be the case.
Maybe you should. Maybe YouTube should look into this.
Maybe if they hit the bell icon after subscribing and commenting and liking, maybe they're really interested in that particular content creator and would like to know immediately when videos are up, and not just at random.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, what do we know? We're not heads of Google. We don't know things.
Yeah, no, we get like what 10 views.
Yeah, exactly. Who listens to us?
But we have fun with it.
Yeah, we do have fun with it. Anyway, enough about all of that bullshit. That's all stupid and dumb and stupid and it's dumb. But here's what it did right. Nothing.
But here's what it did right.
Riding on cars, Kevin. Riding on cars.
Game fail!
If people weren't in the living room right now, I'd totally yell that. I think I did that once in like a Discord call. I think Game fail! I think I had something else to say that I was up to. That was the most nasty acid reflex ever. You can actually taste the acid.
Oh god, I hate that. It's the worst.
Yep, it's like taste the rainbow, except it's not a rainbow, it's acid.
But rainbow is acid.
Whoa! Is it double rainbow, double acid? Most likely. Sources say yes.
I say.
Anyway, there was something else I wanted to point out, but I honestly just forgot what it was. Some kind of fucking bullshit.
It's about your video games.
Yeah, I mean, those two things are pretty important. Yeah, I was gonna say I downloaded Ultra Moon, which is so funny to me because ever since I downloaded Ultra Moon, Locke has been giving me nothing but reasons about why it's worse. Well, not necessarily. Like it seems like they traded some of the story elements for a lot of gameplay improvements.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you made Lana boring. You made my favorite character boring.
How dare they make Suiren boring?
Fuck that shit.
Yep. I don't understand. Like I get some of the plot changes. I get like changing the ending or the direction they wanted to go in that regard. I don't get the point of purposefully removing characterization though.
It's like, congratulations, you've made her a worse character.
In what way is that good? And it's so funny because the anime stuck with the first one, so
Leave my new water trader waifu alone.
I was actually bored last night, so I watched more Sun and Moon anime from where I left off, which was like episode 5. So quite behind at this point.
Yeah. I should probably watch more of it too. It's like, where are we? Like episode 40?
40? No, it's like episode like 85 or something.
God fucking.
Let's go to Cerebi.net, the site that I'm always amazed still exists because I used it when I was 8.
Yeah.
That site is dedicated.
The Energizer site.
Yeah, and they have this. Just keeps going, and they have the same freaking layout and design they had way back then too.
They do.
It's just timeless. But it's not like out. But it's like it's still good. It's not like outdated like Mal or something.
Yeah. We are at
episode 1024.
That tells me nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up too. List of Sun and Moon series episodes. Here we go.
Yeah, but they start at the total number. So we start at 144.
No. Code SN01. We are currently at episode 80 something, like around episode 80.
Yeah. And the dub, if you give a shit about that, is only like 15 episodes behind. So they're on that.
They're
pretty fast. For such a heavily edited product, they're really on top of that.
Yeah, how strange.
They're so efficient at being stupid.
Let's remove 99% of the music.
Yeah.
Okay, and do like really bad voice direction. And also
they're donuts now.
They're donuts now. Seriously, fuck.
Oh my god! I remember that one video. I think was it you that sent me it? I don't know. It showed like the Japanese version of a Krogunk fight versus the dub version,
like heavy metal music, and then
it's like the Japanese version's like and then like the Dingo stuff's like Krogunk use the water cannon thing. Yeah, it's like dumb shit like that. Can't have any intensity in your music. It'll scare the children.
That's what makes the Pokemon.
Like I know it's partially licensing issues, but you know that it's mostly it'll scare the children.
It's partially licensing issues, except for the fact that they have the random cue in the show that is actually from the Japanese version.
Sure.
It's like once out of it's like one track per episode is from the Japanese version. It's completely random.
That is so fucking weird.
Like, I think for the dub of Pokemon I Choose You, they had a grand total of like, what, fucking 2.5 music cues from the Japanese version.
So, I don't know. I never saw that. That entertainment product.
I saw the first 20 minutes of the movie one time.
See it dubbed?
Yes, I had to see it dubbed.
Yeah.
The music was fucking terrible. The animation's fantastic. Holy shit.
Yeah, I feel like they always do a good job with that though. So I feel like ever since like Best Wishes ended, Pokemon has actually been known for good animation for what it is.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
So I remember watching like Diamond and Pearl, and man, that season is stilted as fuck.
Yeah, it's stiff. That season's more stiff than Robbie's stiff Rendy. He's pretty stiff. I mean, that helps in his chosen profession, but
fast forward though to like X, Y, and especially Sun and Moon is just so fluid, and in the case of Sun and Moon, just fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Especially like that's my thing is that like I was watching it last night. I'm like I'm having fun watching this show, and I think it's just because like they've kind of ditched the old formula. I mean, there's still kind of a formula because it's Pokemon. Yeah, it's never gonna not have one, but it's a little bit more. It's more of the situation of the week rather than just continuing on the same track. It's a
little bit more casual,
more of a slice of life kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed. Like this has been the case since Best Wishes, but like it just amazes me that Team Rocket doesn't have to pull a scheme in every episode. They have to be in every episode for some reason, but they don't have to actually do anything. Like one of the ones I watched last night, one of them they were accidentally behind everything, and the other one they were literally taking the day off, and they were just in a quick scene.
That sounds great. It's just Team Rocket taking a breather for the episode.
Yep. Funny thing,
isn't there one episode where they like actually fought Ash's team and they won?
I've heard that. I'm 7 episodes in, so I don't know.
But yeah, like for what I've seen of the Sun and Moon anime, it's just a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah,
just so much.
My thing was okay. Let's sit down and watch some of these them here waifus. And the funny thing is, the 2 episodes I watched had almost none of them.
Aww.
It was one about Mamane and another one about Lidden. So, which is fine. They were good, but
where is my water daughter?
Not in episode 6 or 7.
Damn it!
I'll tell you that much.
Fuck.
Although the Lidden stuff is pretty good, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. With this series, they're always like, okay, so the fire starter is going to have the actual backstory and stuff. And then all the other ones. Well, I guess not always. I guess in like Hoenn, it was Trico that had all the drama. As far as I recall, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should get back to Sun and Moon. That's a really fun show.
Yeah. The only thing
It's
like, I didn't keep up with it mostly because it was kind of a pain. I didn't have a laptop at the time, so it was kind of a pain to get fan subs on my phone and shit.
Yeah,
but
the main problem with me is that at the time I was splitting my laptop with Jen, so
yeah.
That's not a problem anymore since Jen has her own computer. But
What? Incredulous.
that's a word.
That is. I've used it to describe you at least 3 times.
Yes, at least.
At least. I want to ask how she types, but that would be insensitive. Shit, I did it.
With one hand.
Whoa. Just like I used to do in computer class and got yelled at for it. Now it's cool, apparently. Fuck you, Mrs. Wiltshire, whatever your name was. That wasn't even close. I just made it up on the spot.
Well, want to take a break?
Yeah, my bladder's getting full. That is the thing that determines our breaks, by the way. You might think it's divided by content segments. No, it's by bladder.
Divided by bladder.
Starring Mel Brooks. And on that note, we'll be right back. Stay tuned to the Baka Gaijin show. I'll be right back. Stay tuned to the Baka Gaijin show. Actually, I'm going to turn this first. Right back.
Hey, asshole, I'm back. Fuck, I keep forgetting I own Edge of Tomorrow. Good ass movie though.
I'm back.
Hey,
Had to make some tea.
I've been back.
Have you been as back as the Backstreet Boys have been back? I don't think so.
All right.
All right. Am I sexual?
Yeah.
Am I the only one? I don't know if you saw what I was saying earlier about Finn Wolfhard being young Danny.
Oh, yeah.
That's so perfect.
It's great. Brilliant, beautiful, lovely.
Yeah, and they released that on the 5-year anniversary of Dan becoming Not So Grump.
Again, it's just perfect.
Yep.
Just ideal.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily love this more prog rock direction NSP is going in as much. It's still great music. It's not quite what I fell in love with them for, though.
Yeah.
It's still good, but
Oh, yeah, but kind of want more of that older sound.
It's that Rick gif. Okay, but it's not what I wanted.
It's like I think a large part of that just has to do with the fact that their backing band is Twerp now.
That's weird because Twerp is a synth band, so why are they doing prog rock now? The mystery, the plot thickens. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that I was actually looking on TV Tropes for reception to the Sun and Moon anime, which is still about as divisive as it's ever been because nobody's ever happy.
Yeah.
Some people just won't let the Kalos leak thing go ever. But anyway, I was just reading how apparently Mao gets the least focus in the show, and I thought that was disappointing.
Oh man, really?
Yeah. Well, the way it's said is that Ash and Lily get the lion's share, as you would assume. And then like Suiran and Kiawe do all right, but then like you have characters like Mao and Mamane that kind of get left by the wayside at points.
It's really disappointing because
that is disappointing. I mean, they still have time to improve on that, but that is a bit disappointing because I thought the whole idea of this like static environment and centralized cast was to kind of get rid of those problems, and the fact that they still kind of deal with that, I don't know. It's like you had one job, guys.
Come on, use your ensemble correctly.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know when that was written either. That could have been written 20 episodes in. So maybe it's already fixed.
My question is this.
Okay.
Now that we have 3 different female trainers surrounding Ash,
Yeah.
is the shipping problems better or worse?
Dude, they fucking ended Kalos on a kiss. What do you think the shipping problems are like right now? Are you crazy?
I forgot about that.
How could you forget? That's like the other thing they won't shut up about.
I'm sorry, I just literally forgot that Serena planted one on Ash.
Exactly. Those are the 2 things that they won't let you forget: his big loss and his big win. Sometimes you just gotta accept a consolation prize. That's all I'm saying.
Serena's a consolation prize. Oh boy, that makes it worse.
Come at me, guys. I probably deserve that. That was mean.
Did not think that one through terribly well.
I did. I just like pissing people off. Remember that comic when they first had the first Sun and Moon PV of like retard Ash? And Serena visits him in the hospital. That was sad.
That was terrible.
I don't care how overreact. Like fucking new Thundercats reactions. They don't got nothing on retard Ash comic in terms of overreactions to redesigns.
Okay. Ow, my face. Ow, my face. I'm smiling too much.
Oh, there's also that? God damn it.
What?
We'll lock post in the image dump.
Oh, fuck, no. Why is being mean to Serena so much fun?
I don't know.
I like Serena. It's just so much fun to make fun of her. It's like the one character who had more ship teases than Misty.
Yeah. Now, if you don't include the stuff the dub threw in there.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, let me make it. Let me correct myself. She's like the one companion who has had an explicit romantic interest in Ash in every version of the show.
Yeah. That's funny because Spotify was playing some really triumphant music there. Oh, wow. I'm on the WoW soundtrack for some reason. Oh, I was going down my favorites list, so it eventually got to Kingdoms Will Burn, the World of Warcraft Legion soundtrack. I'm bummed. They still have Russell Brower working there. Russell Brower, great composer. He's been doing WoW's music since the first expansion.
It seems to me, based on just stuff that I see on my timeline, that of the other characters that Ash is surrounded by, the anime crew sure does like Sweden.
That's funny because TV Tropes told me that Lily was their favorite.
Well, okay, like I don't know.
Lily's I think it's more the people you follow, like Sweeren.
That's very true.
That's very likely.
That's very likely, yeah.
High likelihood.
Gotta
likelihood.
Gotta admit.
Yeah.
Timeline sure does like her.
It's true. These are true facts.
And so do I. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she'll be the thumbnail of this episode. Who knows? I say that and then I just put Mao up to troll you.
Just Ash thinking emoji.
Oh, what does she say now?
Does Charmander have a thing for water types?
I agree with that. You know what? She's got a point. What's with you? You're acting very out of the bounds of your racial confines. You're looking for some interracial loving?
What are you, racist? Is that a problem?
No, just show that clip from Brain Dump. Race is a purely human concept. It doesn't work in animals. Best movie this could have had is if Nick killed Judy and ate her. Kevin, when is Brain Dump coming back? I need it in my life.
Apparently,
okay.
Max G is working on getting enough funding to produce a second batch of Brain Dump episodes on Patreon.
Yeah, okay.
So hopefully soon.
Season 2, as it were.
Yes. Yeah. Brain Dump Year 2. Even though it's
even though what?
Even though it's technically Year 3. I don't know.
It's been a while. I think the last thing he did was like the best of Year 1 video, like 8 months ago.
Yeah, we haven't had any Brain Dump this year.
That's a sad year to live in.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just pretend we're back already. Hey guys, we've been back. No one ever edits this. We can just say whatever we want.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome.
Yo, what's up? We got some main topics for y'all.
Oh! So what main topic we gonna talk about first?
Well, you could probably parse it from our eloquently worded YouTube description, but We're going to be talking about niche Japanese localization game products and the visual novel industry, specifically some incidences that kicked off this discussion point in my brainwaves. The first of which being that Omega Labyrinth Z Vita game will no longer release in the West.
Which is disappointing because it's like, hey, that is a game I might have been interested in getting, but apparently I can't play it anymore.
That is a game I never would have played, but I'm sure I would have had a lot of friends that would have enjoyed that. Some of them might have been named Kevin.
For me, it's like, hey, a Vita game with an anime art style with boobs, awesome.
PewCube must respectfully comply with the wishes of the platform holder and therefore withdrawn any future plans for Omega Labyrinth Z's European and North American release on PS4 and PS Vita.
Now hear that?
Which essentially means Sony bunch of cucks. Sony cock blocking it. And you, by extension.
You, the viewer.
Every single one of you.
Lock.
So yeah, this isn't cool.
It really isn't.
Yeah, especially since the localization was like completely finished, was it not?
It was. Like the person who did the localization even got paid for it.
Yeah.
It's got rated by the ESRB. M rating, by the way.
Yeah. M. It seems Sony has forgotten what that M rating means.
But it's like, okay, so you allow all the shit in the Senran Kagura games, but you won't allow this.
Yeah.
You allow all the shit in stuff like, I don't know, fucking Drive Girls or whatever, but you won't allow this.
The blocking of this game in the West makes Omega Labyrinth Z the first game to be banned in the UK since 2008's Manhunt 2, and one of only a handful of games to be banned in that region.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Why would they ban a game that's never coming there?
God.
But I found the comments to be the most interesting. Top comment, shame, guess I'll just import the Japanese version now. On the whole, I will not be buying any more British-created games as a result of the VSC ruining everything for everyone.
Oh
and
no,
the guy's like,
you won't be able to buy Detroit Become Human.
That's not British.
David Cage is British.
He's French.
Never mind.
Proceed. And the guy's like, you won't be hurting the guilty parties by that boycott. Stop supporting Sony is the only way. Yeah, I'm sure 3 Omega Labyrinth players would take down Sony. Go, guys. Whoa, God of War 5, 1 million 1 month, son. Yeah, there's no great solution here.
The best thing we can wish for is that the Japanese developers will allow a Steam release.
Yeah, but even so, they've said that a port like that would take a lot of money, which is a damn shame for how much money they probably already spent on this localization that they now can't release officially.
They did say never, but it's also one of those things where it's like...
Yeah, you know who else said never say never? Justin Bieber. Where is he now?
I don't know. Where is he?
I don't know. Probably fucking doing coke in Colombia at this point. Or something.
I actually haven't heard from him. You know what? I'm curious. What's Justin Bieber up to?
It's like this is a fucking like this is a NASQuack fucking. It's instead of the Santa tracker, it's the Justin Bieber tracker.
Let's see.
Justin Bieber is making his way out of the local Starbucks right now.
Fans are willing to do anything to get Justin Bieber to shave his dirty mustache.
Oh shit!
And Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin hit Washington State for a church and hot tub session.
Oh. What?
I don't know.
How do those day plans come about? Hey, babe, you want to hit up the local church and then get in a hot tub?
I guess.
Yeah, that sounds like a weird set of circumstances.
What else is in the news? Pixar didn't happen. Justin Bieber recovers from naked photos on Instagram.
Of himself?
Justin Bieber grows a Joe Dirt mustache. It's not sexy.
Whoa, opinion piece. Come on now. I'm sure it's not that bad.
Oh my God, Zeke. Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin hold hands despite keeping their relationship status under wraps. This is so boring.
Oh, I was going to say, what are we turning into E! News Network?
TMZ!
Oh, he's got like the most pencil-thin mustache ever. Come on, guys. These fucking teenage girls can't freaking take any body hair.
Oh no, he has to be so smooth like a baby's bottom.
Okay, it's a little unflattering in some photos.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really not.
No. Wow. I came across one of those fucking like...
It just reminds me of the one time I shaved everything but my mustache off.
Right.
And it just reminds me of that one time I shaved everything but my mustache off. And Jen looked at me and she just gave me this look and I'm like, what? And she's like, you look like you have candy in your van.
It's like, look at that, Justin Bieber
Ruined him.
Look at that image I posted. Come on now. Come on.
Oh.
Magazines. If you look, you can see the tiniest microbes of the beginnings of facial hair on his face. This clearly spells the end for Justin Bieber's long and lustrous career.
Oh yeah, like all the dumbass shit he was doing before didn't spell it enough.
Yeah, no, that stuff's all fine. But facial hair? Ah! Am I the only one who finds it weird nobody in this movie has any body hair? And I certainly don't give a fuck about your quirky grandma. That might be my favorite
Quirky
one.
grandma.
The Moana one might be my favorite.
My favorite's still the Powerpuff Girls episode, which is sadly taken down.
Oh, I was gonna say I haven't seen that in my Rex in a while. I guess it's just non-existent now. Why was it taken down?
Probably like Warner Brothers or Cartoon Network or some shit.
One of those fucking organizations of terror.
One of those assholes.
Yeah. Anyway, so that this whole Omega Z Labyrinth situation, which I've been hearing about this game for years, so this localization must have taken a while.
Must have, but it's just such a disappointment that Sony, for some fucking reason, decided to ban it, despite the fact that it has an M rating, which is perfectly fine for general release. It's not like it's a fucking AO.
Yeah. I don't know why they're so concerned about a game coming out on a dead platform is going to rile people up.
Well, it's also coming out on PS4, so
Yes, whatever. Like I don't know, and it just annoys me because they sell very similar stuff on their own platform and promote it during their Golden Week sales. But something about this particular title was just going too far.
like, oh yeah, all the fucking like torture and shit in Grand Theft Auto 5, and this is going too far.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see a man's dick.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it becomes less about the content and more about what form you find that content acceptable in.
What a load of shit.
Yeah. And that got me thinking about possibly past instances of censorship we could recall.
It's absolutely bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the petting mini game taken out of like, what was it, Fire Emblem Fates?
Yeah. Or the bathing minigame taken out of Mugen Souls and its sequel Mugen Souls Z, which I bought for $30 and never even put in my PS3.
The swimsuit DLC, like the swimsuit hot spring whatever DLC for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah. The fucking whatever the fuck they did the criminal girls.
Oh god.
Remember that with like all the pink smudges and they didn't quite remove it because they literally couldn't. That's the game.
Yeah.
But they sure covered it up somehow.
Like removing the breast slider in Xenoblade X.
Yeah. What was that feature even used for again?
Character creation.
Oh, okay. But when it's in Saints Row, it's fine.
More like dick meter.
Oh, there's also that. Saints Row is very egalitarian.
The shit with Xenoblade X really got under my skin because one of the guys who actually worked on the game actually bragged about the fact that he censored the game, and I'm like, oh fuck you.
I just ruined a bunch of filthy weebs' day today.
Yeah, it's like, and I feel great.
Just
It's like,
puffs
yeah.
out his fenders like.
It's like, yeah, try to get work now, asshat.
Ah.
luckily, Nintendo's actually stopped doing shit like that. Xenoblade 2 is actually totally uncensored. You know, it's interesting. When people heard that Nintendo was going to be like working really hard with their overseas collaborators to try and make sure that games would be suitable for all regions right out of the gate, a lot of people are like, oh no, Xenoblade 2 is going to have like all the sex removed and all the sexy stuff removed. Actually, no, it's even filthier than Xenoblade X. They actually made it filthier.
That's the best kind of localization.
I love it. Friggin' one character straight up calls another a one-eyed monster, and everyone's like, do you even know what you just said? I need to get... When I get a Switch, Xenoblade 2 is one of the first games I'm getting.
Is it now? Is it Switch exclusive?
Yeah, it is.
Switch exclusive? Yeah. You know the same guys behind Citra are working on a Switch emulator now?
Oh, really now?
Yeah. Who the fuck
on anything I own.
Who the fuck knows when that's going to be a thing? But they're working on it.
Yeah.
And everyone's just telling them, why don't you get Pokemon X and Y to work on your stupid thing first? And I'm like, it's not their fault.
Blame Game Freak.
That's not their fault. That's not their fault that they decided the Nintendo sound card wasn't good enough for them. Yeah.
I'm glad it's becoming less of an overall issue now, but there are still instances where games are being censored or like I can only like I recall like a bunch of games getting forcibly removed from Steam a few weeks ago. Like,
yeah,
really,
yeah, which Valve is now turned around on.
Oh yeah, big props to Valve for that. By the way, for basically saying we're going to allow every game on our platform as long as it's not illegal or straight up trolling. Honestly,
yeah,
I like that.
I mean, I'm sure Jim Sterling's blowing a gasket because he's gonna have to play a shitload of more shit Unity flip asset games, but you know, everyone else is pretty happy.
Yeah, it does have the problem of turning off quality control for the most part. I mean, Steam can still, you know, do genuine quality control on the on material on there.
I think it's just become clear, regardless of what people think, that they don't really care about having quality control. That's why they want to push this curator system so badly. They want to, at this point, it seems like their modus operandi is we want to allow basically everything and then have a bunch of people tell you what you should buy.
It just you say this, you mentioned the Steam curator system, and that just reminds me of the fact that on that when I went and got the stuff for the Steam Summer Sale, I found I was recommended. Hold on, let me open up Twitter and be very specific here.
Okay.
Load. Please load. Thank you. Here we go. Neptune review, like from Hyperdimension Neptunia. Every game is recommended with the recommendation description of nep.
Yeah. Also, apparently, I was just looking at the article some more. Apparently, PlayAsia is implying that if P-Cube wants to, they could potentially put out some sort of Region 3 release with the English stuff included.
I'd buy that.
But who knows? That'll show up. It seems like they're just saying it's a possibility we could talk about.
I'm hoping that they're going to be able to release Omega Labyrinth Z in some form.
Yeah.
But man, the fact that Sony is just being a bunch of fucking cock-blocking cocksuckers is just...
Yeah, there's something about these console manufacturers. As soon as they get on top, they just start getting arrogant and shutting all the things people want out.
Oh yeah, you mean like Sony again having that bullshit about crossplay with Fortnite?
Yeah, but like it's not just Sony. When Microsoft was on top here, they did the same shit. You know,
I do find it funny that after the whole PS4 crossplay controversy, Nintendo and Microsoft actually started dunking on Sony like very passive aggressively. Like
like Nintendo tweeted at them one time. It's like, "Hey Xbox, you want to play Minecraft?"
Yeah.
And another time they created an ad where like one half is green with the Xbox logo, the other half is red with the Switch logo, and it just says "Play Together."
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
It's like, hey Sony, you fucked up.
Also, in this story recommended, if anyone else was interested in sexy DRPGs, they recommend games like Dungeon Travelers 2 or Mary Skelter.
Noted.
Mary Skelter, I believe, is by Galapagos Games, who are totally not Compile Heart guys. No, totally not. No, don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the nep behind the curtain.
More or less. Have I ever gone on that rant how Nepgear is the only good character in that whole clusterfuck of a series?
You have at least one time.
Yeah, Nepgear deserves better than she, and she's treated as the complete like redheaded stepchild in the universe after her own game. Because at the time, people didn't like it as much, but I think now in retrospect, everyone's like, "Man, Nepgear was the only good part of this entire fucking garbage fire of a series, wasn't she?" Also, Cabanos, which always helps.
True.
Ooh, lots of people mad they can't molest little kids in a video game.
God, people
Yeah,
say
there was
shit like that.
There was
Just
a
get
lot.
under my
There was a
skin.
lot. There's a lot of that. That one was from our Vita, but there was a lot of shit on that when this was brought to our PS4. Pretty even split between rational, upset people and haha weebs.
He's like, haha, get fucked, anime fans. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
If this was happening to one of your games, you'd be pissed off too.
Yeah.
If one of your favorite games had this sort of shit and was made by a Western developer, and they started saying it's like, oh, you can't play this on PS4 or Vita, it's banned now, you'd be fucking throwing a shit fit too.
Yep.
Glass house, motherfucker.
Yep. Anyway, next
You
topic.
must be fucking rosy.
Next topic. Sprite, visual novel company Sprite announces suspension of activity. Not necessarily a direct closure, but you know,
Yeah,
they're not doing anything. So
it's like one step short of filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
yeah, that is I never played any of their games, although I am familiar with a few of them.
Yes, creator of Koi to Senkyo to Chocolate and Ao no Kanata no 4 Rhythm. I haven't heard of either of these games.
I believe that first one is the one about the student council president with the chocolate. I forget what it was called.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. That thing that was like in Right Stuff newsletters. You know the one?
That one, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, according to the thread, this is another worrying sign for the Japanese VN industry. Sprite was considered one of the bigger and more successful VN developers out there. Their latest VN, Aokana, was critically acclaimed in Japan, had an anime adaptation, several console ports, and a planned sequel and 2 fan discs. Not to mention the claim in the post that the industry is supposedly shrinking by 15% every year. If that's the case, no wonder Japanese VN developers are showing more interest in expanding the market overseas. They almost have to have a customer base anymore.
Yeah, real quick. Like, I actually find it interesting how over the last few years, visual novels have greatly increased in popularity over in the West. I think, why is that?
I'm going to assume it has a lot to do with Steam Greenlight, which makes it a lot easier to get that stuff on there when they're not removing it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, when they weren't. Steam summer sales and other sales that make them a little cheaper and more accessible. And the rise of a lot of streamers and YouTube channels that are kind of dedicated to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, let me take a look at Steam real quick.
Yeah.
Because
and you know, if you're in a certain demographic, they really market these kind of things to you.
yeah, like Clannad right now, it's like $17.49.
Oh my god! Remember that Steam anime sale where they used a fans edit sprite of Gundam?
Oh yeah.
And some guy was like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's my edit."
Whoops.
Who could forget the mascot of Danganronpa, Teru Teru? They put him right in the middle.
Locke says, "My bet is Let's Players are also a contribution."
Yeah.
For visual novels, like aside from Danganronpa, I'm not even sure if.
Yeah, no, like people like, especially like these smaller like moe titles, like people actually do play them. on YouTube and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Everything from old Steam Train to Dodger and
Oh yes.
a lot of smaller.
Oh yeah, Ross did play a few on Steam Train, didn't he?
Yeah, and I hated every second of it because they do not get those games. But
They don't. They don't.
but they probably sold a few copies of them by doing that.
It was net gain. No such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah, apparently.
I do like the fact that visual novels are much more popular here in America than they have at any other point in time.
Yeah, my biggest problem is just the insane licensing spree these companies go on, where they just pick up a lot of fucking shovelware.
Yeah, like just 10 tons of Sakura, whatever the fuck. And
yeah, I know, and I'm just like, I see so many VNs talked about, and so much shit I just kind of discovered while browsing VNDB, which everyone knows I do constantly. And I'm just like, well, this would be so cool if this is such a high quality visual novel. And it's got good reception from people who know Japanese. Why isn't this coming over instead of a lot of the garbage that they do bring over? I feel like the entire North American VN industry is now based on a couple of big hits coming out every now and again, but mostly just a lot of cheap shovelware.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I really think if they want to be more successful in the long run, they need to start licensing more titles that people actually want.
Yeah. And trying to find some like hidden gems, not like dumbass shovelware.
Well,
no
okay,
names.
here's the thing though, is like
Maybe relicense some older shit from like Hirameki International.
I guess you could, yeah. But I don't know how well that stuff sells though. I think the VN market is a little flashier these days.
Yeah.
But there are other comments in this thread I wanted to read.
Go ahead.
I could see anime adaptations hurting sales too, at least in the West. There's an attitude among anime fans that there's no point sinking another 50 hours to a visual novel after enjoying an anime, even if it's universally beloved like Steins Gate. Being released as a complete package stops people going, oh, I have to buy the source to learn the ending, that light novels and manga adaptations tend to have. Modern anime adaptations also being used as advertisements could cause this to make adaptations a very expensive way to stop people from reading the VN.
I suppose so.
Yeah, goes on. I want to finish this thought because there's a few other things I want to bring up. I don't have a source, but what I've heard the argument about VNs in Japan as well, that anime adaptations just don't attract new fans to the medium. I do think that's what Key tried to do with an original route for the rewrite anime that mostly just teased the first arc of the visual novel, but when it was crap, new viewers just all assumed the visual novel was crap too. But on the other hand, I don't think Steins Gate and Clannad would have had any success in the West if they didn't have such stellar anime adaptations.
Yeah, that's a good point to make, because Clannad's entire popularity and reception over in the West is predicated wholly on the fact that the KyoAni adaptation is absolutely fucking fantastic.
Yeah, and the entire science adventure series wouldn't have taken off the way it did here, if not for Steins Gate, because Steins Gate blew up in 2012 with its anime adaptation. And then suddenly, not only were people interested in Steins Gate, they were interested in everything around Steins Gate that had nothing to do with Steins Gate. Suddenly, everyone was interested in everything with a semicolon in it.
The semicolon series, as it were.
Yeah, which is actually two different continuities, but whatever. And that's that. So, I mean, you have those cases, but then you have also cases like Rewrite, where because of a bad anime adaptation, it hurts the reputation of the visual novel that you might try to sell later.
Yeah.
I think that's a tangible thing. I think Sakai Project is going to have a tougher time in the year 3000 when they eventually finish translating Rewrite, selling the thing, because apparently 900 years from now, the memory of this bad anime adaptation is going to be so fresh. Maybe that's their plan. Maybe that's wait a few years to release it until the stink of the anime washes away. I don't know.
Genius.
Fucking Sakai Project over here playing 4D chess. Yeah. It's a tough one with Steins Gate and Clannad. They're both high-quality visual novels, and honestly, I'm not really suited to talk about how it was originally. I'm a bit of an outlier, starting with the 4chan VN community, and then from there starting to watch anime, which not only meant that I didn't get a good impression of whether anime attracted people, but had angry screeching about secondaries that dominate 4chan discussion of the Steins Gate anime. As it is now, though, the anime doesn't seem to be helping with the heavy attitude of anime is good enough in the anime community. One of my most downvoted comments was saying someone should try to read the VN first, but it's possible that it initially got a lot of Westerners into the medium.
Yeah, the thing is, one thing I do want to point out is
hold on. The next comment's really important at that point. As someone who watched Steins Gate and Clannad before getting into visual novels, I can safely say they did not sell their VN source materials well enough for me. Since many people were clamoring the fact that they're both amazing adaptations, I didn't feel the need to read the VNs at all. Yet thinking about it, I'm sure that there are differences that make them vastly unique experiences. I still can't bring myself to read those VNs. There's also the mentality in the anime community where everything is fast-paced and there's no room for breathers. Look at seasonal anime, and that's my point right there. I don't think many anime watchers want to take the time to experience a more slow-paced medium because it jives with their concept of consuming media, though I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. The thing is, with Clannad, there are actually major differences between the visual novel and the anime. Notably, one character is removed completely. The character of Pepe is just removed entirely.
Yeah. They're censoring Pepe the Frog again?
No, Cape.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said Pepe.
No, Cape.
They're censoring Pepe Le Pew? They're censoring Cuphead?
Yes. No. Like, Cape is removed entirely. The routes for Kyo, Ryo, and Tomio are only really adapted in single one-off episodes, which are like really, really condensed versions of the routes.
Yeah.
The entire reason being that their routes are really kind of divorced from the main story, and at the same time, much like, say, Haruka's route in Little Busters, both of those routes are like extremely heavy on romance.
Yeah.
In fact, the Kyo and Ryo routes are part of a love triangle.
Saucy.
And there's just a lot of stuff that's just been kind of streamlined and cut out of the visual of KyoAni's anime, simply due to the fact that they needed to focus on the Nagisa storyline.
Yeah.
Which is the entire focus of After Story later. And they just didn't really have the time to adapt everything. And in some cases, they just couldn't adapt certain things, like Kyo and Ryo and Tomio and whatever the fuck. I will give Kyoto Animation props for being incredibly smart with their adaptation.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it does cut out a number of things that you do get in the visual novel. So playing the visual novel either before or after watching the anime is actually a beneficial experience.
I do see their point that, hold on, there's something to point out.
Okay.
You're right on that last point. There's this mentality in the anime community to watch as much as possible, with the no drops types being the extreme end of that. It feels like you've got to watch everything to be in the loop, and that's inflating your MAL list is its own reward. A 50-hour visual novel, that drop in one big chunk are the polar opposite of that rapid fire consumption. It's draining as fuck, and trying to do that myself is why I stopped watching airing anime altogether. The burnout is real. Yeah, like that is the weird thing about this, is that you try to sell a product with a medium that is, in terms of consumption and mentality, the complete opposite of the product you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's going to work out, and sometimes I think the thing is, to me, is that publicity is publicity. The more people that know about it, the more people are going to buy it. Because you're gonna attract people that aren't interested, but you're also going to attract people that are interested in a more slower paced, methodical medium like visual novels. But even if you don't, you're also going to attract people that create fan art and talk about it on social media and stuff, and that's going to get more word out there to people that could purchase your product as well. Not even accounting for the fact that the anime adaptation itself is a product on its own. So I think that ultimately, in theory, it's a good step, but if the industry is shrinking this much every year, then it might be too expensive for most studios to bother with at this point.
Yeah.
I would certainly say that there's a lot of anime out there that doesn't need to exist. I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm saying it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these Omega Labyrinth Z Reddit commenters that think certain things just shouldn't exist. No, I'm never going to say something doesn't exist, but in the case of what's healthy for the visual novel industry and the anime industry as well, I would say that there's a lot of stuff that exists and is being made and taking up resources, and it probably would be smarter for those things to be redistributed elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everything needs to be mech now.
Yeah,
I'm not saying bring back mecha. I'm just saying I'm just saying the industries have kind of settled into this quantity over quality approach for a long time now, and I think that on both fronts it's starting to hurt them in various ways. Yeah. But they're also in the unenviable position of creating content for a still very niche group of people. I don't care what. I don't care that Kim Kardashian watches Darlie Frog, which is a horrifying thought. I mean, it's still a very niche. These are still very niche mediums you have to cater to, and sometimes even very quality things will not be the big hits that you want them to be. So
I think it's less that Kim Kardashian watches it and more like Kanye West watches it.
That's also very possible.
I mean, Kanye West has said he likes anime, so
It's true. A lot of rappers like anime, actually.
I don't know.
I said yes. I'm saying it's a fact.
yeah, it's like I actually saw a really funny image that's like the
Yeah.
It's that like hand grab image,
Yeah.
and the middle one is Dragon Ball Z, and the other two are anime weebs and hood niggas.
To quote a great rapper of our time, quote, "Suck my Dragon Balls, bitch, call me Goku," end quote. I actually forget who that was. I'm just looking through this right at the moment.
Yeah. It really sucks that the visual novel industry is kind of failing over in Japan, but at the same time, like you said, it's just kind of a result of the entire industry becoming horrendously bloated.
Branching into a larger market makes sense and is an admirable idea, but I have to question whether or not that'll help in this situation, considering how rampant piracy is in the Western scene and how poorly titles seem to sell at times. Piracy would not be as rampant if VNs were more readily available. I can't be bothered to spend 20 plus euros when a fan translation is here from months or years earlier than the official translation, or when they release their VN on some shitty website. Thank you, Mekon Avatar. This subreddit has a lot of avatars, apparently, because I'm seeing avatars from all kinds of things.
Dang it, Ronpa!
Yeah. I used to think that some of them were really expensive as well when I compared them to other games. Ever since I had to buy dozens of books for study for an exam last year, I realized they weren't that expensive. Compared to the price tag of VNs on Steam, many of these books weren't much cheaper. Several were just as expensive, and a few significantly more expensive. Needless to say, these books did not come with visuals, voice acting, and music, etc. Visual novels only get crazy expensive if I have to buy them on a website without regional pricing. For instance, Kara no Shoujo 2 on Manga Gamer's site is $40, which is currently 2.5 times more expensive than Steins Gate Zero and Double on Steam, summer sale aside. That is indeed expensive in Brazil. It's actually as expensive as a regular version of Dark Souls 3 with regional pricing on Steam without a sale. In comparison, Dark Souls 3 costs $60 in the US, so regional pricing is a huge help and makes the purchase of certain games a lot more realistic. Yeah, there's definitely issues on that front as well.
Yeah, like normally Clannad is $60.
Yeah. There's certainly also a bit of a value disconnect between the consumer and the publisher when it comes to visual novels as well. And that just comes down to the fact that regardless of what goes into localizing these titles and the kinds of expenses that accrue in that regard, people don't put visual novels on the same level as regular games, and they don't want to pay the same prices as regular games for them, especially new. I can certainly attest to that myself. As much as I like visual novels, I don't see myself spending the same kind of money on them as I do on regular games or other products.
Yeah, sadly.
And that's probably wrong of us, but I mean, you got to listen to what your market says.
Yeah.
So it's not a fun place for them to be at the moment, even though a lot of these Western companies seem to be doing all right at the moment.
Honestly, it's not even an issue of here's the thing. I bought Danganronpa V3 for $40 because I felt, that's worth $40. Yeah. I don't want. It's really hard to phrase this without it sounding like I'm trying to say, this game isn't worth $60 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really hard to phrase it without making it seem like I'm dissing the visual novel, but I just don't feel like dumping $60 on Clannad.
Yeah.
It took until this summer sale where it was down to friggin' $17 where I'm like, yeah, I can buy that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of my time and my money and how much I value that and how much I'm willing to just kind of how much, how do I phrase this? It's a matter of investment.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. It's a matter of my investment of my time and my money, and if I don't feel like, and it's also a matter of, am I going to get to it immediately?
Yeah,
because here's the thing: in a lot of cases, you pay more money because you want to get to it immediately.
Yeah,
but in some cases, like with a lot of visual novels, I kind of feel like I shouldn't have to pay so much to buy a game that I'm probably not going to pick up and really sink my teeth into for a few months because I got other things on my plate. The problem is, it's visual novels are a much more involved medium than a lot of other genres of video game.
Yeah.
It's not something like an action RPG or first person shooter where you can play it for a little while, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, and you're done with it in a week.
Yeah.
Hell, sometimes you're done with it in 3 days. A visual novel's a commitment.
Yeah.
It's almost 100% text. So you have to really be invested in that sort of storytelling to really have it be worth buying at whatever price it's set at.
Yeah. There are those. There's an issue of perceived value here.
Yeah, I hate that I had to go about it in such a roundabout way, but I really
say how you feel.
It's just really, really weird. I just couldn't figure out any better way to say it.
No, I mean that's perfectly fine. Forgive my quiet. I'm just trying to find a thumbnail image.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So yeah. VNs are somewhat niche in Japan and even in the West more so. Things they're not as marketed as they should, but very little people know them. If I had the choice of a translated version, I'd buy an ASAP like a different Stones Gate, Fate Estelia, Muv-Love physical double package. Not having the option or translated versions coming out months or years after the original release is like asking for games to be pirated. Not that I condone that, but in most cases it's the only way we read them. I think devs should push all age versions and tone down the arrow etchy stuff a bit. I'm worried that lowers the appeal to mainstream Western audiences. It also lowers the appeal to the mainstream Japanese audience, but the problem is that the hardcore Japanese audience, the one currently supporting all the non-mainstream developers, demands porn in their games. Leaving it out has a big risk of making your sales plummet, which is why only the most successful developers go all ages.
Which is why Nekapara has an all ages version.
Yeah. I don't know. Is the answer the kind of butchery that Moe novel does? I don't know how much money they're making. I hope not.
Fucking Moe novel.
Yeah, because it feels like to really make a financial success, you kind of need a lot of support from both regions at this point. But both regions have different philosophies as far as what sells. So
yeah,
in that regard, it's definitely.
And some publishers might feel that taking the effort to create a censored all ages version for America might not be worth it in the long run. So
I'm a heavy reader. Most of my friends are heavy readers and writers. I think they might love visual novels if they gave the right ones a chance, but they just don't understand what VNs are, and my attempts to explain have converted exactly one to try to read them. Mind you, some of them are prejudiced against ebooks, so games are yet another step too far. My friends who are gamers think of visual novels as cartoon porn games. Trying to explain that not all of them are is useless. The mere existence of them as an option makes them dismiss the entire medium as too embarrassing to touch, in a way that the existence of porn movies does not turn them off to actual film, or the existence of erotica doesn't stop them from reading books. I guess what I'm trying to say is we need better marketing in the West.
we do. We definitely do.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's only so much you can say. And there's only so much you can say without saying what you don't want to say, you know?
Yeah,
You
like
can't put out a
spoiling the
trailer
shit
for...
out of it.
Well, not so much spoilers, but just like you can't put out a trailer for an English release of a visual novel that says this is not a porn game, you know? Because then, I mean, what does that tell people? You know, you can't sell it as not porn being a feature.
Fuck. This just reminds me that I have a linear visual novel on my 3DS called Harvest December that I haven't touched since I bought it.
Yeah. Strongly disagree with the suggestion that Japanese VN should be toned down, changed, or otherwise eviscerated in order to appeal to Western sensibilities. Taking out what made these games special or unique to make it more Western is a ridiculous idea. There are plenty of Western games that resonate with Western audiences. As I recall, Americanizing the names of Japanese characters in anime localizations in order to resonate more with the Western audience did not go over so well either. I mean, it didn't go over well with the people that wanted it, but you can't say a lot of those efforts didn't make money.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks. That's the thing that sucks about, you know, I can bitch about 4K media until fucking I'm blue in the face, but they're still making money. You know, it gets to the point where, I mean, what we want isn't always the most profitable solution. You know, I think you sound muffled. Are you muffled?
No, I'm just kind of
okay.
like.
Anyway, so I think the thing to take away from all this is that when you're catering to a niche audience and you're making stuff on the fringe of what's acceptable, it's always going to be. I think it's for the foreseeable future always going to be a struggle. I think every release is going to be important to you, and I think every success has to be measured with the possibility of eventual failure. Yeah. You know, I just think that these companies, they're the adventurers. They're gonna be risking a lot, and sometimes it's gonna work, and sometimes it's not gonna work. They can't sit on their laurels like bigger video game companies and whatnot, because you are kind of between mediums and you are kind of between cultural boundaries, and you are catering to a small group of people that are kind of finicky in what they want. So always going to be, it's never going to be easy for you guys, but I hope, I think a lot of the people behind these companies have the kind of integrity to stick with it. You know, I don't think anyone gets into the visual novel localization business hoping to make $1 million. You know, that's what I'm saying. I think they do it because they want to.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah, it feels to me like people who get into the visual novel industry do it more to just tell stories in a medium that they feel is effective for the kind of stories they want to tell.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why Danganronpa is the way it is.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was that topic.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else to say on that front.
Nah, pretty much hit all the bases there.
All right. Well, I think we have had a show.
Yes, shorter than some of our other shows, but hey, it works.
Yeah, that's good. We don't need to drone on for 4 hours about every little thing.
No, we don't. Sometimes it's nice to just have a nice, quick, hour and a half, 2 hour episode.
We started like 8:30, right? So this is like 2.5 hours, I think.
2 hours ish. Anyway,
whatever. Our average watch time is 13 minutes, so whatever.
Right?
I haven't actually checked in a while. That's the last time I checked. But something's on fire. I smell something burning. Anyway, I'll deal with that later.
Why did I sniff as if it was on my end?
You're dumb.
Yes, I am very dumb.
Okay.
So,
all right, Kevin, where can they find your stupid ass that smells things that aren't there?
well, for my stupid ass, you can find my stupid ass on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, at CCharmaderK, as per the usual. I'm mostly on Twitter. Again, Instagram I mostly keep up with for one person. And Tumblr is mostly just me reblogging stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's like, I still retweet a lot of stupid shit on Twitter, but, you actually get my personal thoughts on there. So if you want to interact with me or see what I'm up to or whatever the fuck, go there.
Yep.
That's basically it.
Okay. I'm Sir Ezekiel of Freakington, and you can find me wherever Zeke Freak merchandise is sold. If you like what you've heard here, you can subscribe to this YouTube.
Wait. What? We have merch?
We could have merch someday if you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Anyway, if you like what you heard here, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more podcasts, Let's Plays, and streams. I will probably be streaming in a few minutes for the new Overwatch update, potentially. Yeah, most likely. Anyway, so I'm probably going to be doing that. Heavy Rain is a plus title next month, so I said I was going to stream David Cage bullshit, so we're going to start at the quote-unquote beginning, ignoring Fahrenheit, because fuck it.
Excuse me, I believe you mean Indigo Prophecy.
I believe I mean remove to conform with local and international censorship laws. Anyway, that's going to be fun. I've been waiting to share that majesty with people for a while.
Especially me.
Oh, yeah. You need to see this shit.
Oh, I know that I do. I see so much dumb shit about Detroit. So
yeah. Let's go back to the past.
It's not about race, I swear. Proceeds to be incredibly racist.
Let's go back to the past and see where it all kind of began a little bit, but not really.
Back to the past.
Yeah.
David.
So I have Beyond, and I'm gonna have Heavy Rain as of next week. So probably gonna stream that. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter as well. I'm more active there than I used to be. It was a long period. It was a long period where I was very not doing anything, but I think I'm getting more active on Twitter again. You can follow me on You can follow me on the Danganronpa Amino, which is basically the only Amino I really interact with all that often. For articles, blog posts, fanfic updates, and the like.
He has, I believe, 2 fanfics currently.
Yes, yeah, 2 ongoing, and then a few one-shots every now and again. 2 ongoing. A Wolf's Cry, my V3 Fantasy AU fic, which should be updated next, and then Danganronpa EX, my OC killing game scenario. So those are my 2 main projects. Other than that, I just do occasional one-shots and articles about things, including one I have coming up called How to Write Good.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's on the Danganronpa Amino. Join it, check it out, and stuff like that. You can join our Discord server if I remember to put the link in the description, which I probably won't. But if I do, go ahead and click that and join. We could use some new blood. Other than that, we have been the Baka Gaijin show, and we hope to see you next time to talk about some more stupid bullshit of stuff. Okay, bye. Zeke Freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.